Alright, hello, this is Demon coming back for another part into Mass Effect 1's campaign. So what we're gonna end up doing is, as far as the galaxy map is concerned, we've just completed doing Rex and Garrus's missions, side missions. A little bit short. I'm gonna go back and I'll have to see how long the episode is. To be honest, it may only be like a 15-minute episode, if that. Probably more me talking than more gameplay being done than the loading screens. I'll have to see. I think I will say at the end of the episode that I might splice it together with this one. If I do, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might just leave a note now, where I might cut off a little bit of the introduction, and I'll just leave a note on it to sit there and say, if you are watching this, either one, I have decided to post as an individual episode, or two, when you guys are seeing this episode for the recording session where we're going to be doing asteroid X57 down here in the Asgard system, so we can do Terra Nova. You guys might see both of those missions at the beginning of this, or you might see the second part of it. I haven't decided yet. Because the video is a little bit of a weird one. It felt like it was short to make in comparison to the other ones I've been doing, but if it does take up a fair bit of time, I'll be happy enough to post it. On the other hand, it might just be a short video for the day. So, the thing that we're looking at on this is there's an X57 is a metallic asteroid originally locating at the trailing Lagrange point of the gas giant Bohr. With increased development on Terra Nova, a new orbital port facility was necessary. Due to a shortage of funding, it was decided to mine out X57, using the recovered resources to finish out the interior for habitation. The asteroid was decelerated from Bohr's orbit using fusion torches, allowing it to fall into orbit of Terra Nova. Recently, communications with the engineering team on X57 have been lost, the fusion torches have been reignited, and the asteroid is accelerating towards Terra Nova. So, basically what it's telling us is that in this mission we are going to be trying to figure out what in the hell is happening to this asteroid. Why is communications been cut off with the engineering team? And if we don't hurry quick enough, these things are going to cause the asteroid to crash into the planet, in theory. So let's get into it. Let's see if we can figure out what in the hell is going on. So people we're going to get Alenko, of course, and then I think we're going to go ahead and get Rex. Rex is a good combination guy to get in this. Since I focus so much, since my character runs off the soldier class and so combat heavy, it's good to get Alenko in because he has the electronics for tech and decryption, but he has biotics. Rex is good because he has the combat and the biotics. We don't really need two tech people in this, so bringing Garrus along isn't as advantageous as it would be. So whenever we get into Novaria, I will be bringing Liara and Garrus with us, because Garrus has the combat and the tech, while Liara just solely focuses on biotics. So it'll be a good combination with us. And as we can clearly see here, this asteroid is streaming into it.
3 fusion torches propelling asteroid X57. At its current rate of acceleration, the asteroid will collide with Terra Nova in approximately 4 hours. Analysis. Torches must be disabled to cease the acceleration.
Hello. I heard your transmission. Can you hear me? You haven't found me yet, but I can't talk long. Shut down the fusion torches. I'm going to die. God, I hope you're hearing this.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is, before we start, there's actually a little bit of a side mission so we can do. There's going to be mysterious places, as you guys can sit there and look at the bottom right of my screen. Basically what's going on is there's a couple locations that are considered anomalies. In these locations is actually a little bit more lore that goes into Mass Effect, at least for this map. And if we go here, we can kind of get an idea. See, it says body of G. Mendel. Victim was badly beaten before being killed with a pistol shot to the back of the head at close range. It is likely he surrendered only to be executed by his sadistic executioners. So if we go in here, We can examine everything. Instruments on fish again. No one listens to my warnings about points of failure. I'm surprised our surface comms work half as well as they do. When Slosh shows up to relieve me, I will go see if I can get the old girl back up and running. So, the idea is you want to come to these places because when you get a little bit further into the game, for at least this mission, there's a couple points where there's going to be other bodies that we're going to have to be finding from other people that worked at the station. As of now, we haven't run into the other guys we have to find. There will be points, I just got to remember where they're all at. I think there's only 3. If I remember correctly, there should be one up here near this fusion torch, and then I think there might be a couple others. I just got to go locate them.
Headed in the right direction. I don't know who you are, but I'm... Damn it. Go.
Alright, turns down. Alright, so we're gonna head out this way. If I do remember right, there are places where they do put mines in on this. When we reach that point, I will be saving because I can't remember where they're all at. And I remember every time I've done this, it's taken me 2 tries to locate it because I can't remember how it's done correctly. Because there's a certain way you got to do it, and I can't remember how to do it. Also, off in the distance up on that hill, there is another anomaly. We will run up there as soon as we're done over here with this. However, I do want to get rid of all these turrets before we do anything else because they're just going to keep being a nuisance. This is why I try to kill these off. They'll just keep shooting at you. If you try to leave the facility, they'll just keep firing their weapons at you. If you kill them now, it saves you the trouble of dealing with them later. As I said, it saves you trouble, and then this will give time for the Mako to basically get all of its health back.
Batarians.
Harak! Check! Check! Look out!
Damn it. So if you know anything from Mass Effect...
Release the Baron!
So if you guys know anything from Mass Effect, the Batarians are actually a bit of a threat to humanity. Mainly because of the story they put behind them is... They're located, I think, in the southeast of the galaxy. I think is the way they have their homeworld established. So what ends up happening is since where Earth is located in its sector of the galaxy, we kind of have a bit of a rivalry to see who's going to gain control of that portion of the galaxy, the different systems, the planets. And the Council, I guess, in theory, decided to give it to humanity over the Batarians. And the Batarians got extremely pissed off, and basically you're suffering from a major galactic issue with 2 rivaling species that are trying to outrun one another. So in the case of this, you are seeing us fight Batarians because they're trying to commit, at least from what it appears, with the asteroid coming, some type of attack on one of the human homeworlds. But the thing is, it's like most proxy wars. The nation involved in it isn't involved in it officially, it just so happens they're there. So, I guess that's who we're shooting at. Right. Officially, they're not really here. This is supposed to be like it's supposed to just be like a random terrorist group, but usually if you see anything in the game, it's usually the Batarians are supporting this. They're just trying to do it unofficially. And if you actually go look at the journal, actually, I think they have it. No, not the journal, but the codex. Non-council races, they do get into it. I'm not going to have it go off, I'm not going to have it read anything, but just note that anytime you play this, you can get a little bit into it. It will explain what the hell is going on.
I hear you. What's going on? Who are you?
My name's Kate Bowman. I'm an engineer. I was part of the team assigned to bring this asteroid to Terra Nova. We were attacked yesterday by Batarian extremists. I've been hiding since they arrived. I think they know the torch went out.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know. But if this asteroid isn't slowed, millions of people on Terra Nova are going to die. If I find out anything, I've gotta go. Good luck.
Alright. So basically, as this tells us, is that this is an extremist group by the Batarians that have come to try to crash this asteroid into Terra Nova. I was pretty much already stating that already, since it was kind of an idea that's going put into this. Humanity and the Batarians have kind of been going at it, at least what the game tries to put it as for its own little bit of lore is humanity and the Batarians are rivaling each other. It's a matter of who is going to control the regions down here. It just so happens we are.
Hey.
Damn.
Oh God. I didn't mean to... Are you hurt?
Takes more than one shot to bring me down.
Sorry. I didn't even realize you were human until... Well... Guess I'm not much of a soldier.
I know you're scared, but I'm here to help. Commander Shepard with the Alliance.
Simon Atwell. I'm the chief engineer on this rock. Listen, we don't have much time. The Batarians fired up the fusion torches. You've got to shut them down before we hit Terra Nova. There are 4 million people down there, Shepard. My family. They live in Aronis. My kids and grandkids. Nice communities, good schools.
I don't have time to do the math in my head. What happens if we don't stop this rock?
X-57 is 22 kilometers long, twice the size of the asteroid that wiped out the Earth's dinosaurs. It would be like millions of fusion bombs striking at once. Millions. The heat of the blast. 1,000 kilometers away, clothes will ignite. There'll be global wildfires. Air shock will flatten everything for hundreds of kilometers. Terra Nova will die, Shepard. Not just our colony. The planet. There'll be a climate shift, mass extinctions. The ecosystem won't recover for thousands of years. Millions, maybe.
Is there any chance it'll land in the oceans?
That would be even worse. Tsunamis would sweep inland at hundreds of kilometers per hour. Millions of tons of water would be vaporized at the point of impact. Global cloud coverage. The plants could all die, and if they go, the whole ecosystem rolls over. I'd have to run the numbers, but take my word for it, it'd be bad.
This doesn't make any sense. Batarians run criminal gangs. Unethical, but profitable. They don't destroy worlds. What does this gain them?
I've heard all the stories. Slave rings ranching people like animals. Pirate bands burning colonies to the ground. But this is... The Citadel conventions forbid asteroid drops. I never thought the Batarians would go this far.
Most Batarians aren't genocidal madmen, but these are terrorists.
Yeah, I know. It's just... This isn't how I expected the world to be when I rolled out of bed this morning.
You were on the ground when this happened. How many Batarians have you seen? And where?
They landed at the main facility. It's locked down now. They've changed the passcodes. No idea what's going on inside. I did see groups head out to each of the torch stations. Couldn't say how many, though. Enough to give you a fight.
Any idea who's behind this? Who's leading them? That might provide a clue.
I heard a couple of them talking. They mentioned a Balak. It sounded like he's the one in charge. They didn't seem convinced this was a good idea, but they were scared of the guy. Scared enough to do what he wanted.
Batarians everywhere, and I need to shut down all 3 torches. Anything else I should know?
One of the torches is surrounded by live blasting caps. We were set up to excavate when we arrived at Terra Nova. I rigged them with proximity detectors. That tank of yours will set them off, so you'll have to go in on foot. Even then, they'll explode if you get too close. Just go slow and easy. You should be fine.
You set them up. Can you disable them?
Not from here. No. There are manual controls by the entrance to the torch facility inside the blast zone. You can disarm the caps there. One last thing. I had a crew working off-site when the attack hit. I'm worried about them. These Batarians are ruthless. I saw them smash the faceplates of guys working vacuum. And those Varen, I don't think they always wait for a corpse before feeding.
Any idea where I can find them?
They were running checks on our perimeter equipment. Easiest thing would be to tap into the transmission tower out on the surface. The equipment stations will show up on your sensors.
I'll look for them, but the torches have to be my priority.
Yeah, you're right. Saving Terra Nova is more important than my team. There were a bunch of engineers over at the main facility, but they're probably all dead. That or being held hostage by the Batarians.
A woman named Kate Bowman contacted me. The Batarians haven't found her yet.
Katie's alive. She's one of my best engineers. She signed on with her brother, Aaron, I think his name is. He's part of the security detail. I hope they're okay.
Give me a worst-case scenario. We can't stop the asteroid. Could the colony be evacuated?
Shepard, it took 30 years for the population to grow that large. I'm sure they're moving people to remote areas, but they'd never be able to get more than a few thousand off-world. We just don't have enough ships. No one does. Well, maybe the Quarians, but I don't see them suddenly showing up and offering us a ride.
Why were you moving this thing in the first place?
Well, the idea was to drag it into Terra Nova's orbit, mine it out, and in the end you'd have a basic structure for an orbital station. It's a lot cheaper than getting everything up into orbit from the planet's surface. The minerals we extract almost cover the costs.
What can you tell me about Kate?
Smart as a whip and bold as they come. I hope she keeps hidden, if they find her. Oh, Katie, don't do anything stupid.
You better find a good place to hide. If the Batarians come back and find you...
Yeah. I think I'll make myself scarce. Good luck, Shepard.
So, we discovered there are survivors. This guy being one of them, he decided to try to do his best and try to beat the crap out of the Batarians for us. In the end, it kind of shows that he didn't do too well since he just got here, and the fact that he has such an itchy trigger finger and he shot us. You also see some diffusion in the ranks between the Batarians at this moment, since it seems like a lot of the normal Batarians don't seem too happy about doing this. It seems like they were pretty hesitant, but their leader is the one who wants to do this. They see the ramifications as being pretty bad, because if they do this and they get caught, this is going to do more bad than good for the Batarians, because now it's going to piss off humanity. So let's go up here. This should, because I only think there's 3 guys we got to look for. I got to remember though. So we head up here. It should be logs, computers filled with operation logs, and personal journals for a small pirate. Oop, I'm turn that off real quick, because I don't want that to get ruined. Let's see, that's good. I don't think there's really anything else here. Map-wise, I don't remember where everything's at, so we're gonna...
Hear me? Getting all kinds of interference. Damn. Sorry. There's a lot of feedback. See if I can fix it. In the meantime, just keep doing...
So we're gonna go ahead up on top of this mountain, or this mountain over here. It's gonna be pretty useful to do it at this stage. I think if I remember right, this is the place where the transmitter's at, so we can get an idea about where everybody on the colony is as well. That way we can find these stations where his crew was all located at, even though I can't really remember his name at the moment. So if we find the crew, maybe it'll give us an idea if there's any survivors. Even though I'm kind of already in the know about it. There's always survivors, somebody always lives. Alright, so if we go up here, I think this is where the comm link is at. Good, alright. Transmitter, repair it. Bam, bam, bam. Good. So we have all the survey stations picked up. It's 57 radios, survey station 1, survey station 3, survey station 2. So what we'll end up doing is, since we're up here, is we're going to go down to survey station 3. Then I'm going to go do survey station 2. We'll do this fusion torch here, and then we'll go back and do the one on the right as well. Because I want to get, because if I remember right, if you don't do these now, I don't think you can come back later to do it. Which kind of sucks. It's just the way they had it designed, I think. Yeah, because we gotta go over here. So I don't know if I'm going to make a 2-parter out of this. I could theoretically do that. kind of just stop at this survey station. Well, no, I think we haven't been here that long. I could get away with this whole mission getting done. It shouldn't take too long. Worst comes to the worst, I cut it in half. Oh no, it's down there. Oh god. We're fine. We're fine, don't worry, we're fine, we're fine.
Got it.
I've done worse. Body of G. Mendo. Didn't I already come here? Damn it. I'm an idiot. I was here. Kept thinking I came over from this direction. That's right, I did do this. I don't know why, in my mind I had it to where I went over on that side. Yeah, go up mountains. And it should be all the way out here. I'm an idiot for that though. I'm actually surprised they even let this thing make like noise and the banging and stuff. I figured they would have been a little bit more realistic with the way noise gets made in this game. Seeing as the fact that like, okay, so yeah, we're still going this way. Seeing as like if you're out in space, I guess they could get away with the excuse that you're kind of entering the atmosphere of Terra Nova, but for the most part, I don't see any reasons being too concerned with it. As they kind of give that away in Mass Effect 2 and 3, that's when they really try to fix stuff like that. Alright, so we gotta go right now. And then it should be right ahead of us. So you guys will get to see my little mistake where I went to the wrong place. I don't know how much of the... I don't know, I guess I could cut some of the bits out where I'm running around. I don't know, I'll have to make a decision on that. I guess people can kind of just cut it. I like kind of getting the chance to talk since I don't get too much whenever we get into the dialogue options. Alright, let's go in. I think their dead body should be right there. See Himes.
This is Dr. Himes. They found me, damn Batarians. I can hear them out there prowling around, trying to find a way in. It sounds like they're attaching something to the door. If I don't make it, tell my family I love them.
Alright, so that's done, and then we got Survey Station 2. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go here, we'll do the fusion torch, the second one. And if I remember right, the second one on the right is the one that has, it should be the one that has the mine stationed at it, so it'll be a little bit tricky, and that's probably where I'll save the game at an instant. Yeah, because at least from what I'm seeing is, I'm having pretty good fun trying to get Mass Effect 1 done. I've done a lot of recording sessions for it so far. And when I say I'm having fun, I'm having loads of fun. This is, I told my one friend she's been getting kind of bored, and like, just play some games that are single player, enjoy them.
Ground penetrating radar.
Everybody's getting kind of sick of all the competitive multiplayer crap. It's just losing interest. I don't blame them. I'm getting the kind of the same way. I'm just getting sick of the competitiveness. I want to relax. I want to enjoy my games. Mass Effect 1's one of the games I can go back to, and if I'm in the mood to play it, I can relax.
Ground penetrating radar detects anti-vehicle demolitions nearby. Proceed on.
Also, I never did figure out why they added a Normandy VI. That was the other thing that never made much sense to me. Like, they didn't bring a VI throughout the rest of the game, but only in this, thing. Also, let's take our time to get through this, because I remember it.
Over there! All clear.
Yeah, they try to give you at least a little bit of working leeway for the proximity detection. That way you can get out of certain situations. Like they're using this area for cover, so you don't just stand out in the open and get shot and killed instantly. I give them credit for that. They try to give you something to use for cover. That way you're just not running out in the open and getting the crap shot out of you. Alright, so that's done there. We can do this to disarm the explosive caps. That'll be useful. That'll save us the trouble when we come back out. So let's go. Wait, is there another guy? Yep. Though he seems kind of glitched. So let's do it. Let's run up here real quick. Give us good cover. We can shoot pretty accurately. Rex will cover our side. Damn it. Aha. Let's go back to this. Gun all over, quit overheating soon. It's gone. And boom. Okay, they're all gone now. Damn it, that grenade went wrong. He's dead. This guy out next. He's gone. Crap. Advanced shields.
Charging up.
Well, that was glitchy. He's gone. Gotta turn back here. Alright, everybody's dead. Good.
Perimeter secured.
Disable this torch now. Damn it. Oh, running away.
Are you there? You've got to hurry. You really pissed them off. Their leader's setting charges everywhere. I think he's going to blow this whole facility.
Get away from there.
Don't shoot, please! No!
That's not good.
Who's shutting down the torches? I won't ask you again. Find this problem and deal with it.
Well, that's
Get
not...
out of here.
Well, we kind of make the assumption it was her brother who may have just gotten shot. Mainly because the fact she turns around, she doesn't want to see it. So it's kind of surprising that she's that strong-willed, and it seemed like her brother kind of accepted it as well. It's like, yeah, it's very important that they're both siblings, and she doesn't want them to die, but the amount of people that will die if Terra Nova gets destroyed, I think, outweighed that. Which is kind of impressive, seeing as most people might panic and just say don't do it. So I kind of like that in the sense, but I just don't know. I don't know how many people would be willing to let a sibling get shot right in front of them just to save a whole bunch of people on a planet. I guess if you have a really strong will, good conscience, and the other person pretty much accepts it, I guess you'd be willing to do it. I just don't know. It's not like it's an easy decision. By far, God's sakes, by no means is it easy, but I kind of like how they added that to the game. It's just like, because it makes you think, it's like, would you be willing to let somebody you care for deeply get killed to save a bunch of people on a planet? And it's 4 million people, by the way. 4 million on one planet.